Hey guys, what's up? My name's Clint and welcome to The Singing Tarot. So today we are going to be doing a mid-Feb to March 2020 tarot card reading. So I will provide 6 piles of tarot cards, and then you could pause the video and really choose with your gut and meditate on whichever pile attracts you the most. And then I will provide timestamps so that you could skip to whatever pile you chose so that you could get your reading. So aside from that, I just want to really apologize to other people that I haven't been able to really post as much videos or any pick a card reading for the past few months, just because I've been really busy. As some of you know, I'm also an architect and a singer-songwriter, so I've been really busy with both of those. But aside from that, I will provide the link to my songs, to my Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, and you know, a like and a stream and a share would be super appreciated, aside from a subscribe and like to this video and to this channel. So I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. So without any further ado, here are the 6 piles. Alright you guys, so these are the piles. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, and pile 6. So you guys can pause the video and really meditate on which card really attracts you and use your gut feel. And I will provide timestamps, and just click on the timestamp to skip to your reading. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose pile number 1. So first of all, I want to say congratulations, because I do see that you've had a certain achievement, a certain milestone in your life. And I do see that people are starting to really appreciate you and really show their value for you and really express it. But I do see that you need to learn to really humble yourself. Some people could really find you as being such a show-off. People might see you as a threat, and some people might just leave you. You know, some people who have been there for you might start leaving just because you're ultimately changing, because this whole milestone, this whole achievement just feels really overwhelming for you, that you tend to forget the whole picture, and that this is a part of your journey, and that this is something to still continue to be humble with. Because I see that you might start to meet other people who probably achieved a lot more, or maybe is experiencing a lot more, and so you really need to learn to humble yourself, because I do see that in March you're going to have to make a lot of decision making, and in those decision makings you're going to have to get help from other people, and the people who have been there for you before the certain achievement, they should be there for you, but if you continue on with your pride, then they could leave. And so I do need you to be really humble and look at the bigger picture. There might be some hollow achievements or unexpected failure around March, because due to not being able to make these decisions, if people leave, you know, and so you might end up being really stagnant. So what you do need to realize is that this is a chance to really develop your energy and develop whatever it is you're working on. You have enough info, you have enough to know in order to make the right choices for this coming March, because I do see that you tend to really look at a lot of options and it might be really overwhelming, and so these decisions that you might make might be really shaky, and that's why you really need a lot of people that you can trust, and a lot of people who have been there with your journey. You might have this certain undisciplined element, and so you might feel that by March everything might be really unfair because everything's going south compared to how everything went in this start of February. So what I really need you to understand is that just really cherish and understand how people are feeling and reacting towards whatever it is you achieved, because it's really good and that you finally achieved whatever it is you've been longing for. But you really need to look into your surroundings and everything else that could get affected by how you're acting. You know, really be smart and really show that humility in you. So I hope this helped, and hopefully you guys have a great day. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose pile number 2. Now I do see that you have this good understanding that everything happens for a reason, and so that's why you've had this certain attitude of going with the flow and letting things fall into place and allowing things to just really happen. And that's why you've developed this certain patience, and you've just been really strongly patient about everything and about everyone. And I do see that that's going to be continuous for the whole February. You're just going to be really working hard and just looking at the end goal and just watching everything that you do and hoping that nothing goes wrong. But I do see around March is that you might be feeling that you want something, that you crave for something, just because you've felt like you've just been working and just been really patient with everyone, everything. And so somehow a part of you might lose a sense of self-worth, and so you might end up binging on certain things, maybe going on shopping sprees, or just going to a lot of, getting a lot of food just to fulfill you, just because you feel like, oh, you deserve this after being so patient. So you really need to make sure that you don't lose your self-worth around March. And what I do see is that you will finally understand what you really want, and just really following the decisions that you want to make. And I do see that you will start making smarter choices and maybe getting a whole picture of what it is your goal really is. So I also do see that you will start to be able to really adapt into things, when unexpected things happen. You'll be able to really just adjust to that. And what I do also see is that throughout the end of March, there might be this certain inability to move on. So you might feel as though you are stuck, but you do need to realize that just finding out what your goal is and just really realizing what it is you want in life is already a step. It's a really good step. And so you might lose that certain patience that you have right now throughout March. So just really find your sense of self and just really continue to remind yourself that despite working really hard, because I do see that a lot of the issues that you face is emotional, or it's going to be emotional, because right now you're really focused on the objective material things that is going to really fulfill you. So really don't lose that sense of self beyond whatever it is you're working on. So I hope you have a great day. Alright, for pile 3, I do see that there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of really wanting to be someone else, or just really being jealous about their certain abilities. And so I do see that when you are around people, you might exude this aura of being really overbearing, this certain energy, and you might feel or see that to other people, but it's only because you yourself are also reflecting that certain energy. And so I do see that around mid-February, you're going to have a hard time of really being able to cope up. You're going to have to just really hustle, and things might not go exactly your way, because there are going to be a lot of tense moments that is going to be out of your control. These certain moments are caused by other people, and it's not really your fault that you're unable to really cope, but the fact is that you will be able to grow emotionally from this. And so you need to make the most out of all of the situations and remove that self-doubt, and just really understand that this moment is for you to grow emotionally. And so around March, I also do see that because of everything that's happened within this month, there's going to be big changes that's going to happen, and there's going to be an end to certain old patterns, and you're going to have to surrender into how you think and how you understand everything in life. Definitely other people around you who used to think the way that you think might feel betrayed, or might feel like you're straying away, but you have to understand that this moment is for your emotional growth. You've learned from this and you've changed from this, and so you need to liberate yourself from the past. What I do see is that you might experience certain hardships in terms of financing relationship by the end of March, and because of everything that's happened. So this whole season is basically you trying to really learn emotionally and just grow with maturity and just learning about everything that's happened. And that's the best way to really learn, is that because of all these experiences and all of these things that you were unable to really catch up on, you finally learned, and that's where mastery starts. So just really take this moment to really understand that everything that's happened is for your own emotional growth and will help you in the long term. So for pile number 3, I hope you guys have a great day. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose pile number 4. Now, I do see that around February, you finally had this certain emotional freedom. You finally decided to get yourself out there and just really explore and just really enjoy life beyond the certain walls that you used to really keep to yourself. But I do see around mid-Feb is that you might be overindulging a bit. You might be celebrating a bit too much with other people, and that could cause other factors in you or in other people to really feel uncontented. You might feel as though in Filipino, nagsasawa. So you really need to be careful about how you're indulging, because I do see that around the last part of February, someone might give you some bad news, someone younger, and this could be because of certain people being unfaithful or disloyal or just being really untruthful to you, mainly because of the certain overindulging of certain things. So I do see around March, you will have this certain new ideal of just really maybe a new hobby, or maybe a new pet, or for some of you a child, but I do see some of you finally going into something to really distract yourself and really focus on a certain craft, and you have this certain childlike curiosity of just really being optimistic about really starting this, just because this little thing is pretty much what's going to help you get together. But I do see that you still have this constant fear of just being afraid of whatever it is out there, and so you might be caught in the decision of should you stay or should you just continue to go, because if you stay, you're just going to be in the same place that you are in. But if you continue to go, it could also be really scary, but at least you're not going to be in the same place, so that's really up to you. But you just really have to remove that fear and just really understand what you want beyond that fear. And aside from that, I do see that there are going to be people who are going to be there for you, who are going to be really nurturing and are going to be really caring for you, but you also need to see the value of yourself from you and not from others, because I do see that you might have this tendency to be really dependent on other people that will show that they care for you, but you also really need to help yourself and be, just really practice everything that's for self-care. And that's basically that goes around with everything that's happened or is going to happen early on in March. So I see that you just really need to concentrate on yourself and release that fear, and just really be careful for overindulging and just with other people that may not be as truthful as you. So just definitely focus on your own craft and release that fear for everyone in pile number 4. So I hope everyone has a great day. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose pile number 5. Now I do see that you've experienced this certain delay in your life, and because these things that you wanted or expected to happen hasn't happened yet or hasn't come, I do see that there might be certain relationships, whether it be family, friends, or the boss, that is feeling really constrained and just really getting a bit harder than it should be. And I do see that because of this delay, you've been having a hard time deciding, and so there's this whole struggle of balance. You've been balancing a lot of things instead of actually handling the responsibilities, and sometimes your reasoning could be really cloudy, and then in yourself that this isn't something that is efficient. So basically there's just the struggle of balance because you really don't feel like you have that certain clarity. And I do see that there might be a lot of really unfortunate things that might happen. Like, you might feel as though your world has fallen apart or is upside down. And I do see that because you allow this energy to happen, because of these things that bring you down, it could end up straining certain relationships, and that some people might start leaving. And so it's because you're not also following your gut feel, because of all of these things that are just piling up, because of these certain delays, because things didn't happen. And so I do see that you might have this tendency by March to really just have this excess of pleasure, like maybe binging on certain things instead of actually trying to be really progressive. You might have earned something, or just experience something, or travel, or whatever it is, and you won't still feel happy, because at the end of the day you feel unstable and you feel that certain anxiety because of everything. And what I do need you to realize is that just because this mishap happened doesn't mean that things will turn around. Everything, basically, life is basically just a giant circle, and what goes down just goes up. And you just really need to take this moment to really find out what is it that you need to pick up on, what is it that you want, what is it that you need to do. What is the more objective reason to do certain things because of these certain events, because of the certain delay. Because you have to understand that it is a delay, but it doesn't mean that these certain things won't happen. You just end up really being affected because of the certain delay. So really allow yourself to make these certain decisions without a clouded mind, and with just the right mindset of being really objective and really understanding what it is, so that you don't put up certain relations with others on the line, and you don't end up just doing a lot of things to make yourself feel better. So hopefully you get everything sorted out for pile number 5. I hope you guys have a great day. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose pile number 6. Now I do see that you were really working hard on something, on this certain end goal, and I do feel that you feel as though this is in vain, as though there's this disappointment that you weren't able to accomplish what it is, and that you felt like all your efforts were wasted. And so I do feel like you have been really putting yourself down, really feeling bad about it. And just because you feel as though because of this mishap, a lot of things might happen, a lot of things out of your control that might spiral in. And what I see is that you might be really avoiding these, and you really shouldn't avoid these, because these are things that you won't be able to really control. And the most you can do about it is to really learn and just really see the value of what you were working for, just so that you could get ready for it in the future again once you try it out. Or just really look for this certain new path that you could find out. Because I do see by March is going to ask you to be really strong and just really keep that faith in yourself. Because despite really feeling down, you have this strong faith in believing in that you have this ability to really accomplish what you need to do and what it is you want in your goals. So I do see that you have to be really careful with the people that could be around you. Some people may present themselves as really controlling and domineering, and some of these people could actually say that things could be for your interest, but in turn it's only because they also have interests for themselves. So really just watch out for yourself and just really understand that sense of self, and just really being strong despite everything that's happened, because people could use you or take advantage of you mainly because of all the misfortunes that could happen. And you really need to understand that despite all of these mishaps, you have the ability to just really react strongly and really learn from that. And that just because you did not achieve it, you did not get the role or get that promotion or get that raise or get that job or whatever it is that you were looking for, that whatever that goal is, it's not the end of the world, because you will have a lot of chances to redo those and just really find your right path and what other goal is in store for you. This is just a stepping stone. And yeah, definitely just really continue on being really strong, and just don't avoid whatever it is happening, because the best way is to just really confront it and learn from it. So for everyone from Pile 6, I hope you guys have a great day.